everybody, it's a Raspberry Stitcher. I'm back for episode number 6. It is March 20th on Saturday. Also, just so you know, I am on Instagram as Raspberry Stitcher also. If you checked out my title, I have 3 FFOs this week, and I'm very excited to show you 2 of them. Sorry, one of them is for an exchange, and it doesn't happen until March 24th. It's an Easter exchange with some friends that we Zoom together on Wednesdays and Sundays, and I am very excited for my recipient to receive it and open it, and I'm excited to open hers. This one is going to be so cute. I did a technique I have not done, and I'm very excited to see what everyone thinks about it. It was very fun to learn, and I will tell you more about that when I can show you the item, which should be the following Flosstube. So you should see it next time. And I think I might have to stitch this up again and make one for myself because it's just too adorable to pass up. But I do have 2 different things to show you. I did the FFO on Tom Turkey from Lindy Stitches, and he is absolutely adorable. I stitched this last year, did not get it FFO'd, but I FFO'd it yesterday. So I used all the kit items that came with the kit. I got it on her chat Facebook group. She put a few of them up there just for people in that Facebook group at the time, and I was able to snag one. I was very excited. So I got all the pom-pom, the chenille trim, the pins, and he's quite adorable. I pretty much used almost all the called for. I think the red I subbed out because he didn't have the exact red, but it was pretty close. So the back. And he is just quite adorable. Just stuffed him with some polyfill, so nothing too special there. And I love him. So that was my first one. My second one is a Lindy Stitches also. I know you're like, I'm on a Lindy Stitches kick, and you'll definitely think that when I talk about next month. I did a Mother's Heart. I got this a while back at a retreat. They had a pop-up shop, and this was one of the items. I think Lindy Stitches was doing kind of like a trunk show with them, and I picked this up. It really means a lot to me. The words hit home for me at the time. I have a son with autism, and we were going through a very difficult period with him, and this just rang pretty true for me. So I thought this would be a perfect stitch. So here it is all finished, and I will tell you I did a little snafu, but I think I recovered pretty well. So here is the finished pillow. It's hard to hold, but I've got the ruching ribbon, which I watched Dawna Pfeiffer, the Twisted Stitcher, her tutorial, and it was wonderful and perfect. It did take a while to get it all stitched on. I decided to add the little bow up here because of my little snafu. When I lined it up, it seemed to be perfect. When I went to flip it over and iron on the interfacing on this side, so what I did was I cut the heart out on the interfacing so I could line that up on the stitching upside down so I could still see it. And I think when I flipped it over to the actual ironing board, it shifted a little, so there's a little extra right here compared to this side. So I thought this would be perfect to just have the bow there, and it filled that gap and it fixed a problem. So I've got the back right here, the velveteen, and those are both from Lady Dot, the velveteen and the ribbon. So those are those. So it turned out perfect. I absolutely love it. I basically did all the called for colors on it. Lindy Stitches is known for doing some overdyed threads and then some DMC. So all the flowers are DMC. These are the words are overdyed, and the motifs are overdyed. So I am in total love with this. So anyway, those are my 2 FFOs that I can show you. Next, I think I'm going to talk about my whip that is currently in rotation to try to get a finish. So my goal this year is to finish as many whips as I can. For every 2 finishes I get a new start. So I've done 6 finishes. This hopefully will be my 7th before next time. I'm really hoping that I will get it stitched and put together. We'll see. But it's Brown Bird Biscornu. If you've been watching on my Instagram, I've been posting about it. So I had finished this already last year and I am starting the top. So I've gotten 3/4 of the top done now. So I'm very excited. So here's my progress. And I love how it's looking. I am totally excited. So I just have one bird and one of the berry stems to do. And just so reference, here's the back that I've already finished. And I'm using all the called for colors, except I realized that my apple cider is a very goldy yellow instead of brown. So I am subbing roasted chestnut for the birds, which is more of a brown for brown bird. So that was a little issue I had. And I'm really hoping to get that finished. So if I get that finished, I wanted to talk to you guys about what I'm moving on to next and show you kind of something I like to do. I bought a few of the Lilly bags. So this is one of them that I've bought. It's Halloween themed. I like the theme bags. Her bags, just so you can see, are a little bit bigger than your average bag, okay? And I like that because I end up kitting up and putting in here different seasonal items that I want to get stitched. So I'll have a bag, I have a couple of bags of Americana. I have a Halloween, this is the Halloween one, and a harvest one bagged up. So I have, not just in Lilly, but there's a couple other ones I have some Christmas stuff in. So I've already like thrown in patterns, some of the flosses, maybe some of the fabric. So that way I'm kind of ready if I'm in the mood to do those seasonal stitches. And it's really fun then to go through. So I thought I would show you that. The couple that I have in here that I want to go over, I have started Give Thanks by Blackbird Designs. So it's really cute on that little basket. I have a shaker basket that I think it might go or fit on. So I have started it. I am not using all the called for colors. This is on 30 count linen by Weeks Dye Works. It's the old Weeks, but it's fine. I'm doing 2/2. And I have various threads. I'm just kind of pulling colors that look like what's in the pattern and just picking them as I go. So I just have these threads in there. And when I come to something, I go, oh, I want to use this color. So there's no way I can figure out what I've used. But that's one of them that's in that bag. The other one that's in the bag, and I started all of these last year for Harvest Halloween time, is Stacy Nash's little pumpkin pin keep here. So it's called House on Pumpkin Hill Pin Keep. And I'm doing this on 36 count gunmetal, I believe, by Weeks Dye Works. So that's what I have started. I'm using 3 of the called for colors, and then I switched one out. So I am using the chamomile, ginger snap, and black licorice, but I am using roasted marshmallow, which my roasted marshmallow is decently variegated with the tans and the creams. Got on this beautiful little thread drop, but those are the colors I'm using, and I really like them. So I did make that small change. The last one in here is Blackbird Designs Waiting for the Harvest. And I changed mine up a little bit. Mine is on a 32 count. I believe it's Cocoa by Weeks Dye Works. I have a couple different cocos in that side, in that count, and they're, you know, the colors vary a little, but I'm pretty sure that's what this is. And I am using Espresso Bean by Gentle Arts. So this one, I believe, will be the next one I work on as soon as I finish Brown Bird Bisque New. I think it'll be the easiest to kind of go through and get a finish on. I know it seems small. There is a lot of decent stitching in there, especially those pumpkins and birds. But I feel like that's the one, because I am doing 1 thread over 2 on this, that it'll go pretty quick. So hopefully that's something that in April I can get finished. which would be nice. So I just kind of wanted to show you what I'm going to be working on next after that. And now I think I'm going to show you all of my whips that I've been working on this month. I don't feel like I've gotten as much stitching done, but you know, we'll go through them all. So the first one is Jane Fittis by Hands Across the Sea, 1835. And she is looking pretty good. And I will tell you what I have worked on this month is the flower motif right here. And I'm so excited to have that whole thing done. Made a few different mistakes. I had to take a few things out. I had to restitch some. Something I fudged just a tiny bit, but didn't really matter in the whole scheme. So I am just super excited to have that done. It's gorgeous. I love it. So I'm stitching this on a 46 count. It's a dyer that no longer dyes. It's called Sassy Fabbies. It's a peachy colored fabric. Actually, the tone of that peach is really similar to the tone of this peach, just really muted compared to that. So it's really a great fabric for this stitch. I'm using the 100 or Avera Soie silks on that. So my next one, which I did show on my Instagram, is Victoria Band Sampler by the Victoria Sampler. And I am working right up in this little vignette. So last week, I think I had done part of the tree and some of the birds. This week, I did all that Bargello. So I will show you that. Here's the whole thing, which I love. And then we'll try to get a close-up of my little scene here so you can see. So I worked on all that Bargello. It turned out absolutely gorgeous. Excited. This is a 28 count. It is a like meadow green. Not sure who it's by. I bought it at a retreat, but it's very similar to the color in the picture, as you can see. Very similar. So it's working out perfect. I'm using the floss pack that you can buy from Victoria Sampler, which makes it super easy then to do. Just sort everything out. I think I've shown this before, but I like to put all of those in some little baggies, and I put the name, I put the symbol, and that way I can just kind of go through, not really necessarily always have to have that that legend there, that I can just look right on those. The next thing I worked on was the Stacy Nash Primitives Maria Higginson 1837 sampler. And I'm working on part 2, so I'm coming down this row and then I'll fill in this tree. So this is a chart that was only sold on Homespun Needlework and Cross Stitch Samplers Facebook page. So they are doing some exclusives on that page that you can buy, and all of the information is on that Facebook page. So you would need to go there. You would need to answer the questions to be admitted to the Facebook group, and then check out the next one that's coming up. I think a lot of people will be excited about that. And I'm sure this will be released in the future from Stacy. So here is the whole thing. Last time I got all of the 1/1 phrase done and the part 1. So what I worked on this week is basically bringing that border all the way down. So that's going to be great. And these are all Weeks Dye Works flosses. They're really pretty color palette. I am really loving this sampler. And it's on 36 count straw by Weeks Dye Works. And it is this Weiger base. The next one I've been working on, I did not get very much done on this week. I'm kind of sad about that. So I might stitch on this today or tomorrow and just kind of do a little catch up. But it is Though He Seemed Sleeping by Lucy Beam. And I am stitching this on a 40, I believe it's a 40 count brown paper. by Xjudesigns, and it's all I really worked on was bringing this down and adding these two little letters. So didn't get that much done, but it is my own kind of conversion. She gives you 4 different makers threads for this, and then you can choose your own. And then I even changed that up. So these are the colors I'm using. I kind of swapped out some of the oranges for some purples because I love purple. So you can kind of see that. The next one is Ann Morrison by Hands Across the Sea. And we're doing, our next section will be these 2 rows here, the bands. So I got one whole band done, which was kind of exciting. So I worked on this row of alphabet here, brought down this border, filled in a little bit of this one, I think. So it's coming along nicely. I still haven't finished up here. I don't really know what color I want to use. If I want to use the called for, I thought about changing it up to one of the, like the peach color, the pale peach might be pretty. So I haven't decided. Next one is I've started this month, which is Winter Rose Manor by Brenda Gervais. And I am doing this on Xjude. And now I forget which color this is. But I am using Vicki Clayton Silks for this. And I have come across on this diamond border and finished that whole diamond border. I did have to change the color. The outline here of these diamonds and the dot in the center was a pretty light color, and it didn't really have any contrast with the pale color here. So I switched it. And I did the Havana for that. So you would see the contrast. So I did, which would be your Havana and this Newcastle. So, but on hers, it's named differently. But these are the colors that, for the Vicki Clayton Silks that I ordered. And I believe she still has them on her website. So just type in Vicki Clayton and you will find these silks. They're in her packs. So she does packs. She even does Floss of the Months. And I made this bag for it. I think I showed it last time. But all right, my last one that I worked on was Jeanette Douglas, my Holland sampler. I had basically finished this top. I did have a little bit in here that I had to add in, and then I came down and I am starting this, like, it's kind of based off of a darning. So I'm doing all these specially stitched blocks here, which is very fun. I really enjoy doing that. So here's the whole thing. Okay, and so what I did do was I added just this little band right there on this motif, and then I started on these specialty stitches here. I haven't quite finished. This one is done. This one's about halfway done. I have to add in the other color. So that's coming along beautifully. Really enjoying this sampler. It's on a 28 count light mocha. And it is a thread pack. So it comes with all the threads that you need, which I really love. All right. So that is what I've stitched on this past couple of weeks. Next, I'm going to go into some haul, which I really didn't think I had a lot, but I started putting stuff together and I was like, oh, I did get a few things. I finally got and I put it on my Instagram, my Xjude 46 count colors here. So I'll go through them. And she was so kind and added in a piece of 56. So I am super excited to try this 56 right here. It is Frappuccino. So it's a really nice color. It's just a little piece, but I'm sure I can find something to do on that. I'm very excited. So this is the baby sheep, which I had been waiting for. That is what I'm going to use on Jessie Watson, and we're going to talk about that a little bit later. And I got lamb's wool, which is this one. Show you the color difference. And I got Little Bunny, which has a little bit of a peachier tone, a little deeper. And then I also got Marbled Khaki, which is kind of got that green tone too. So I think those are going to be some great fabrics to use. So I got those. I joined last year and went ahead and joined this year because I love it, even though I haven't stitched any of them, are the Scattered Seed Samplings. Little club that you can go on. And this one is Spring Messenger Bird Pin Keep, and it's absolutely adorable. I love that bird. So this is great. It comes with everything you need, nicely packaged, all your threads, nice little bird. She's even got these couple of ones to make this little like strawberry, thing. Comes with the 36 count Country Mocha. So it's all together, ready to go. I'm sure you've seen it. There's a couple of people who've actually finished it. I'm like, hello, quick stitchers. And then I also got my third installment of these Sunday Stitches by Heartstring Samplery, and I really love this one. The colors, the cross, I'm excited about this. So I've got some plans for these and some other ones I'm going to talk about later, but I'm super excited. I was totally into, I have no real like St. Patty's Day type stuff. I actually don't have as many smalls as I'd like to have. So that's a whole thing coming up about maybe some plans for next year. I know it's only March, but I really am inspired. So we're going to talk about that later. But I ended up picking up this Pineberry Lane little shamrock. So all of those are included in that pattern. I think they're adorable. I also went on to Country Rustic Primitives, and I picked up a few charts. So I've got, let's see if I can get that better. This one right here. And these are very similar, but I really like both of them. So, and that one that are St. Patty's Day themed. And then while I was there, I picked up some more spring, summer. So I've got this one, which just says summer, which is cute. This little bunny with the spring, which is adorable. And then this one is just, I think, very springy, summery. It is also, I think it's got a little bunny at the bottom, so we can see that. Very cute. And these are just off of her Etsy shop, Country Rustic Primitives, and it's by Jenny Hoffman, are the designs. And I really like them. So check that out. I did get my Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine, so I'm super excited. I am loving this by the Blue Flower. That's fantastic. So there's definitely some things in here that I'd like to do. I also picked up off of, oh shucks, Evertote, the Lilo and Roxy, the purples that she had up. So I've got all of those. This one is Iris. This one here is Amethyst. This one is Wisteria. And this one is My Funny Valentine. So I will have to figure out what I'm going to use those for, but they're pretty gorgeous. If you haven't checked out those are fun. The other thing I got, if you don't want to know about it, is I got my bag of the month. And I'm excited to show you. So I'll open it up, see what's all in it. So this is from So Much to Love. So I'm in their bag of the month, and I'm very excited. In there, I got, of course, this dash tea is chamomile. She put in this beautiful thread drop. here. You see? And it's got a 2021 on there. It's got a little sewing thing, and then it's got a little one that says, flip it around here. I think it's with, if I can get it, very hard. All of those on there too. Looking to see. The Flossroom is by Kathy Lunsbury. So that was really sweet. And then with that came some thread drops. So those are fun and springy. And along with all of that came a cute little spring chicken chart that, that Karen made. So isn't that adorable? I love those blue chickens. I love them. They're adorable. Super fun. And of course, the bag kind of looks like that too. So here it is. So cute. Look at that. Beautiful inside fabric. A little heart. The trim is perfect. The colors are very muted, which I love. So I was very excited to get that. Another new bag. Gotta figure out what I'm going to put in that one. And then my last haul, I went to the our local store that has cross stitch. It also has fabric. It has knitting. It has wool. So it's kind of got a lot of different things in there. They're doing some punch needle too. So I went in there to look for a few threads and some extras, and I went 2 different times. The first time I went, they put on their Facebook page, they were doing a bunch of clearance. So they put a bunch of fabrics into clearance. So I thought I would show you what I got. Some of this is I'm going to make some bags, but I also got enough that I would have extra left over for, you know, finishing. So I've got these 2. They're kind of colors to make a bag. I've got these 2. I think are beautiful. I picked these 3 up, which I thought would make a great bag. Fun. Grays. And this one is just too adorable. I'm so in love with it. So it's these little birds. So I've got these other couple of fabrics to go with it too. I think that'll make a great bag. And then I just picked up these other ones. Just kind of extras I just really liked. So I've got this, gingham, got this little pretty floral, and this one. So those were some fabrics I picked up to do some different things with. And then the second time I went to pick up the floss and a couple other things, ran into one of my stitchy friends, which was awesome. I haven't seen her in like over a year, so it was great to see her. Hi, Laura. And while I was there, I also picked up this fabric. It is prim gray, and it's just a really nice light, kind of neutral gray. It's a 36 count, so I picked that up. So that is my haul. So I had more than I thought. So April, I want to go into what's going to happen. I was talking last week about Jessie Watson, and she's going to be my April start. This heart here kind of reminds me of all the colors that are in the autism symbol, which is a puzzle piece. So I thought this would be a great start for April. April is Autism Awareness Month, and I know a lot of people started this past month, but I didn't have the right fabric, so I had to wait anyway. And I love this sampler, and just that it's a heart, the love that I have for my son, I just really thought it was apropos for me to start this. So here's my fabric, and I ended up getting the Vicki Clayton Silks. So I think that'll look wonderful. And I got my bag all made. I'm all ready. Everything's ready to go. And so I had been talking about that and was really excited because Catherine from Stitching in Costume has started a Flosstube. She's only got a few out like me. And she was like, I'll join you. She was like, I would be so excited to join you. So we are going to start stitching April 1st on Jessie Watson, kind of like a little stitch along between the 2 of us. If anyone wants to join, that would be great. I'm just super excited. That was really awesome. She's really wonderful. You need to check out her Flosstube if you haven't. She is a beautiful stitcher, lovely things, really talented woman, just amazing stuff. And check her out. Last one was really fun to watch. So that's part of that. So that will be my new start in April, the last one that I've earned. So I've got to finish 2 more whips to earn any more. But this month I have been working on the Victorian band sampler, which is my rotation of what I call my long-term whips, my LIWs. So my next one is, I chose this one for April because autism awareness and Emily's house. So this I chose kind of because of my son too. You have to be a very vocal and strong advocate for your child when they have a disability, and not think that everyone will do what you would do for them, and make sure that those things happen. So I chose this because the quote on it, speak for those who cannot speak for themselves, for the rights of all who are destitute. So I really love this pattern. When it came out, I ended up buying, it's from Lindy Stitches, and it also has these 2 little smalls here you can do. So I bought the whole kit that she had at the time. So it's a bag. It was the over-dyed flosses. It had some other things in it, had the fabric in it. So this is on 36 count Oaken. And right now I do have all the border done. I will say I am 1 stitch extra in the bottom and top border. So it's 2 threads too wide. So my plan is to start over and off center it by 1 thread on each side. So that way it's still centered inside the border. So I will probably keep working on all the outside border and the flower motifs this month. See how far I can get. Maybe I can get something started in the center. I don't know. But I was just happy once that border finally met up. It took me a few tries. And I think I learned from that I might need to just start doing the border as I go, because that was just very frustrating. But I wanted to show you some of the flosses. So all of these flosses came in the kit. So these are the color ranges. The one, which I really love this color, don't think it's used very often. It really should be. It's really nice, is Storm Clouds. That's the green for the outside of the border. And Brethren Blue are the flowers. So the moon will be this sulky, which is really pretty. It is number 733, and then it has another number 4027. So I'm not sure really what that is. She also put in that kit this dirty face lace that she uses in the smalls, and Lindy Stitches also uses a lot of different DMC, so it's very affordable that way. That you only use a few overdyes in that. And then this was the bag that came with the kit. So that will be in rotation next month, since I will not do another floss tube till next month. So I just want to show you what's ahead. Next up, let's talk about, make sure I covered everything, a couple of Flosstubers that I've been watching. So one is, of course, Catherine Stitching in Costume, and her last name is Arden. I'm going to link all of these below, so you'll be able to get to them. Finally, a Farm Girl, so she's got 2 of them out. I'm very excited for her. They're fantastic. She's a gorgeous stitcher. Another new one that I've been watching is Prim's on Greenway. I've been chatted with her a couple of times. She is super, super nice, and loving her stitching. Love the fact that she's making a whole stitching room or a craft room. So that was fun to see some of the things she had gotten for her room. The other ones I have been watching are 911Stitcher. I've been watching for quite a while. She's super nice, Stacy. I've joined on some of her Zooms and just really enjoy meeting some different people through that. And her Facebook group page is fantastic. All different kinds of stitchers in that group. So really fun to see different types of things. The other one I just watched this morning is live from the SheShack with Dawn. She hasn't made one in quite a while, but I remember when she first made her Flosstube, and I watched those first 3 or so, and then she kind of disappeared for a little while, and she's back, and I'm so excited. Her stitching is big. Like, she stitches big. It's amazing. She's got some mirrors. She's just very varied and very different types of samplers or stitching. I mean, you need to go check her out. This isn't the stuff you're going to see on everybody's page or everybody's Flosstube, and that's what I love about it. And I love her little SheShack and the kitty, so go check her out. The other thing I want to talk about is I've already started making plans for next year, and it is all because of Cynthia Brew, Stitching the Light. Her and another stitcher, Michelle McGraw, both of them have done really nice smalls, and Michelle McGraw's done a whole year of smalls this year to fill up her dough bowls, and I am so enamored with all the stitching she's gotten done and all the finishes, and I thought, you know, I need to do some of that. I end up picking big projects, whether it mostly samplers, obviously, but I really want to do some smalls. I started last year with the Halloween harvest stuff, and I started a few of those, but I really think I want to concentrate on that. And then also small samplers. Those are really, really intriguing to me to do some of those, such as the Sunday Stitches. I've also gotten a couple of other ones that are just smaller samplers. Hands Across the Sea has some smaller ones, but to just, Nicola had talked about doing a whole wall of those. I think that would be fantastic. So next year is kind of like small, medium samplers that, you know, aren't that huge of stitches that you could get done in a reasonable amount of time instead of the big large ones that I've been doing. So I'll still do some large ones. I'll definitely probably have to fit one in every month, like a rotation I'm doing now, and work on them. But I definitely want to start thinking about what is a goal to get some of those smalls done, because I have a lot of them. I have many in different bags like this, all kitted up and ready to go for different seasons. And I think it would just be fun to do a bunch of seasonal stitches. So tell me what you think. So those are my ideas. I don't know. Is it too early to think about next year already? That's kind of crazy. Anyway, that's about all I have. I do want to say a couple of little things. Maybe not little. I talked to my daughter about my Flosstube, and she's known for a little while, and she's very, maybe jealous is the word, I don't know, but she wants me to put some of her stuff on the end of my Flosstube. So she's a synchronized swimmer. I think I've talked about it before. They just had a meet, so I thought I would try to put a video on at the end of this video of her team performance from this past meet. And also somebody wanted to see some pics of my dog, my puppy that I adopted in September, Lilly. So I thought I would try to put some pics of those, some different ones of her on there, so you guys could check it out. If you want to, just keep watching and you'll see those, as long as I figure out how to do it. And if not, just you can stop here. But I just want to say again, just be kind. Thanks, guys. We'll see you next time. Everyone, just a short info about this clip from my daughter. A, it's dark and far away, so I apologize. B, just to let you know, on the first two lifts, or what they call throws, that is my daughter being thrown in the air on those two. Other than that, I can't tell you where she is because it is so dark and it's a bit far away. But she wanted me to show you, and I thought you might enjoy it. And then later I did add on some pics of my little dog, Lilly, not so little, like 60 pounds. But she is a fun, cute dog. So here you go.